How's it going, everyone? This is Mike Sleater with KTM North America. We're out here at Ironman MX in Indiana for the 2016 KTM intro. Really excited about this intro. We launched the all-new 125 and 150 two-strokes. These bikes are new from the ground up. I mean, we're just really pushing the envelope at KTM, just really making sure we keep those consumers happy that live for the two-strokes. These bikes, the all-new motors, 4 pounds lighter just in the motor, more power from the bottom to the top. And once again, just comes with all the staple KTM high-end products. Billet hubs, hydraulic clutch, Brimbros, Excel wheels. It didn't stop there. The chassis is all new as well. It's got all the same attributes that the four-strokes have, like the factory edition. You know, all new centralization, mass move back, lighter chassis. This thing's a ripper. Talon LaFontaine was out there just getting it done today. The sound of that thing just starting up is great, so make sure all you guys go out there, check out that new two-strokes. Two-strokes aren't dead. It's unbelievable. Check it out.
What's up? It's Talon LaFontaine. We're out here in Indiana at Ironman MX, testing out all the brand new bikes, and today rode the 150 SX and awesome time. Haven't had much experience on two-strokes before, only ridden an 85 a handful of times, and that's about all the experience I've had. I've done a couple tests with TransWorld, and it's cool riding them. A lot different, that's for sure. When I rode last year's compared to this year's, obviously the chassis is totally different. The bike is unbelievable. Totally, I didn't expect it to be as fast as it was, handle as good as it was. It was a blast to ride. The 150 was so good. I think if I weren't like racing or anything, that's the bike I'd go out and buy. I had a lot of fun riding it, and I can't wait to ride it again. So I'd say the biggest difference between getting off a 250 and hopping on the 150 would be making sure your RPMs are high. I mean, on the 250 nowadays, that's kind of how you ride them anyway, but on the 150 you kind of have to exaggerate it even more. Make sure you're pulling and making sure your carry your line's good, and so you stay in the meat of the power. I'd say that's the biggest difference, and there's no engine braking, so you kind of have to ride it a little bit differently. You have to make sure you carry your momentum good and hit your corners clean, and just making sure you're always up in the RPM, so you don't want to like bog down and lose all your speed and your momentum. So I'd say that's the biggest difference, and when it's in the meat of the power, that thing rips like just as fast as the 250, if not faster. It's so fun to ride, and I was pleasantly surprised. So I think riding the two-stroke initially, especially for kids like coming off smaller bikes like 85 Super Minis, getting on, making that transition to big bikes, I think riding a two-stroke, a 125 or 150 would make that transition a lot better. They'd learn to ride the bikes correctly, and I think that's the biggest thing. I think I would have changed that when I started riding, and but when I was on the track, the 150 got over all the jumps the same as the 250F. I was really surprised by that. It wasn't like the two strokes any slower. It's just you have to ride it differently to get like the same power. So you have to make sure you're hitting your turns good, and you just have to be smoother, have better technique. You can't rely on the power, like go into a turn and you know, you have to make sure you're just arcing your turns and carrying good momentum and just ride it better. And I think it teaches you so much more. And when you get onto a four-stroke, you'd ride the four-stroke so much better. And yeah, I think also, like, you see the top Super Mini kids come off Super Minis, and when they ride when they get on big bikes, they carry such good momentum. And I think it's really important for maybe kids who aren't as fast on Super Minis, like aren't the superstars, to get on a big bike like a 125 or a 150 and learn the proper technique, and so they can ride the bigger bike proper.